I think that I reached a point around 2017 where I felt like when I won the award, when I was on the top 10 list for the first time, when I got to this point, I felt like, okay, people are listening now. People are paying attention. People are starting to recognize who I am. So now that I have your attention, let me say something meaningful or something with substance in it. Because there's enough guys talking about money and cars. There's more than enough for them to choose from the 50 rappers discussing what they have bought themselves. But how many of us are discussing the history of this country? How many of us are discussing slavery? How many of us are discussing land ownership, land grants? How many of us are discussing oppression? How many of us are discussing the modern day apartheid? No one's talking about it, especially the rappers. And yet we have the biggest platforms in today's time. Everyone's following us. Everyone's YouTubing our videos. Everyone is even going to YouTube this interview and watch it and hear what I had to say. This is more interesting than the news. I thought to myself, should I just make another song for the radio? Should I just make another Yasis or another West Cup? You know what I mean? Or Salute Us. But I mean, I've done that before, and I feel like I'm going through my own evolution. I'm growing up into my own artist now, into who I want to be. And I had a conversation with Vigilante. He asked me, how's the album? And I said, nah, it's historic. And he said, did you make an album for yourself? Or did you make an album for them? I said, no, I made it for myself. Remember, Nas made Illmatic before he made It Was Written. So this is my Illmatic. It'll be out around March, which is quite soon. So I'd say like the end of March it's gonna come out. The album is called Things Take Time, and the features I won't go into, but people are gonna be very surprised when they read that track list. That's one thing I can say. They're gonna be very shocked when they see it. But I also wanted it to be more about myself and my story, because like you say, when I told you my name, you had no idea that I was Muslim, you know, and I can bet you most of the people out there don't know that either. So it's also about me introducing myself as the individual and the artist, because I'm a human being. There's someone behind all this. When I go home, I'm just like everyone else who's gonna watch this. So I want to highlight that point like just a bit more in detail. What I'd like to say to everyone out there, keep dreaming, keep believing. And when I say dream, I don't mean sleep and dream. I mean think beyond your immediate circumstances. If you can see it happening in the near future, it can definitely be achieved. Nothing is impossible anymore. And if you want proof, then look at what I did for Kaapstad. Because a few years ago, nobody was checking for Cape Town rappers, bro. Now CPT is back and it's on the map. So if you want to do that, start writing your raps. Ha!